Welcome to the live. If you are just joining in, thanks for joining in overall. Today we are making a with lavender body butter, with lavender butter and Shea Nicolita, Nil, yeah, Nilotica. All right, so I'm gonna make it from scratch. If you are joining me after this live has ended, you can watch this video and you can also watch my more organized version of this video that will be posted probably a few days after this goes up. Now, if you're in the chat, definitely, drop an emoji to let me know that you're here and let me know that you're hearing me for everyone who's here. Let's see who's in
and
here.
let me know that you're hearing me for everyone who's here.
Okay, so yeah, you guys can hear me. I confirmed that. All right. All right. Oh, definitely have the camera turned the wrong way. Good to know that. All right. So since I have to warm my oil first because I'm not going to completely melt my body butter. I'm not going to completely melt the butter, so I'm going to warm the oil. Since I have to warm that first, I'm going to go ahead and weigh out my sweet almond oil before I do anything else. So we're going to be using 3 kg sweet almond oil that I purchased specifically for this live. So, well, I use it all the time, but I had to purchase some new one. So we're gonna go ahead and weigh that out. So for this formula, we're making 9 ounces, which is 170 grams. Let me confirm to make sure. And for hold on, guys, where is it? Okay, yes. So that is actually 100 and yeah, my bad. So we're making 9 ounces, which is 255 grams. So in this formula, it calls for 17% of the formulation. 17% of the formulation is supposed to be our sweet almond oil that we're going to be adding to the lavender butter, body butter, the lavender butter to kind of melt it down. So we're going to go ahead and add that at 43 grams, which is also 1.5 ounce. All right, so let's go ahead and weigh that out. All right, so now it is, and this is probably going to be a bit of a longer vibe because this is body butter and I do have to like just make sure everything right. All right, let's weigh out our 1.5 ounce of sweet almond oil and then we put it to warm up a bit. Just enough. My mistake, I should have put this in a smaller container and then because it would have warmed up quicker. I don't know why I put it in this big container, but nonetheless, we already started with this. Let's get it to 1.5. All right, so we are at 1.5 now. Let's go ahead and add this into our, put it on our burner over here so it can warm up just a bit. The water was already warm, so that should go quickly. Now, we have to deal with separating our lavender butter and our Shea Nicolita. Keep calling it Nicolita, but it is Nilotica. I don't know why I keep saying Nicolita. Let's go ahead and watch that. Do that as well, but I'm going to put on my gloves because I'm going to have to dip in the jar, and I have a special knife that I use to cut the lavender butter and the shea butter to put it. All right. Let's separate this first. second time trying this, so let's see how well it goes. Oof. All right. Okay. All right, so this calls for 66% of lavender butter, which is understandable because this is a lavender butter, so it's going to take more of the butter than anything else. So 66% of our 9 ounce, which is 255 grams, is 168 grams. And the equivalent will be listed in the description box. And when I post the actual video of this, more organized version of this, it will also be linked in the description box. So let's go ahead and add our 5.9 ounce, which is roughly like 6 ounces of lavender butter to this formulation. All right, smells good. Oh, and this is another tip: the lavender butter already has the scent of lavender because it is made with lavender essential oil and another type of oil. I don't remember. I'll have to add it down below as well. But it is soft too. It can be used right out of the container, like just like this, right? Ooh. And adding the Shea Nilotica to it just gives it a bit of an extra body. So let's do that. And you see, I only ordered a small amount. The rest is for me to make that video. All right, so well, 5.6. So let's add some more. Just a little bit to get it to the 6. And some more. Let's do, it's almost at 6, almost at 5.6. Oh, there it goes. All right, perfect. So now that we added that, I'm hoping I can see it in. Oh, that's good. Now that we added that, we're gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and open up our Shea Nilotica. And all right, let's go ahead and get that done. Which is also a soft butter. This you can also use right out of the bag. And if you wanted shea butter that is a little bit softer than shea butter and you want to just use just by itself, this is a good route to go. This makes a really nice, soft, smooth body butters. Actually, like it top, yeah, this gives it a nice luxury feeling. For this, we do need 14%, which is going to be 1.26 ounce of the shea butter. Well, the Nilotica shea butter. All right. Let's add that in. Well, let's open it first. Well sealed. All right, let's do that. Now let's add in our 1.26 ounce of this. You see how soft it is? Like, look at that. It's like attached to the sides of it. This is how soft it is. I just love working with this shea butter. It's everything. So nice. All right. Let's go ahead and cut this to start adding our 1 point. Yeah, that was a bit much. Still not enough. There it goes. Okay, great. So you're just adding a little bit of Shea Nilotica to it, but it still gives it a whole vibe, right? It is top notch. And also, like I said, if you don't have lavender butter, you can do equal parts of Shea Nilotica and the regular shea butter, and you can still have that nice lavender body mousse type of texture that I'm going for with this. All right. Now, before I actually go ahead and add the oil to it to kind of soften it up a bit, if let's say if I add the oil to it and it's not as soft as what I would want it to be, I'll still kind of put it in there to warm it up a bit. But before that, let's go ahead and weigh out our colloidal oatmeal and our essential oil that we'll be adding to it. So for this, we'll be adding vitamin E oil, lavender oil, of course, because it's a lavender body butter. I'm not using lavender scent to put inside of it. I'm using actual lavender essential oil to scent it, even though the lavender butter already has a little bit of the lavender scent, and colloidal oatmeal. So we're going to weigh out those, and then we'll come back to our shea butter right here. Let's weigh those out while we wait for our oil. And I might just drop this in there just a little bit, just to soften it up so it can, everything can just work together accordingly. Let's do that. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's switch sides. This is a bit warm, but actually is warm. Okay, good. So now that we have this, we need 1% of each of this, right? And that is about 1 gram, if I'm calculating correctly. Yeah, that's, well, no, actually, it's 1%, which is equivalent, to 2.5 grams. So let's go ahead and weigh that out, the essential oil as well, because that's like the main character of this entire thing. We're going to do the liquids first. I'm going to change my scale here. I like to use the small scale for the additives and things like that. So let's go ahead and do that. Take this to grams. Definitely on grams now, all right? So we're going to do 2.5 grams. So let's go. Might seem like a lot, but it's 1%. So that's a good part. And we're using it to scent it. Trust me. Well, if you make this for yourself, you'll never be wrong. When I used to sell this, it did really, really well because of the scent and just how it felt like a nice little mousse. All right, let's add my vitamin E oil. Usually we use like a pipette to do this, but since it's just a little bit, let's go ahead and just pour this in here. And this is raw vacuum distilled vitamin E oil that I am using from Mountain Rose Herbs. It is also in the description. Now our colloidal oatmeal. Let's go ahead and add that in as well. And I'm going to be using my stainless steel spoons that I usually use to mix. I think I used it last week as well. We're adding this at 1%, which is also 2.5 grams. So let's go ahead and add in our colloidal oatmeal from Brambleberry. All right. Okay. Finally restocked on this. I love using this in my body butters. Yep. Always a whole bunch of it in. Has to go in there. All right, there it goes. Like it's exactly 2.5 ounces of this. All right. And while I feel like, okay, now I'm going for my mini whisk just to kind of whisk it up a bit instead of just mixing it. I like to put. All right, you know what? I don't think I'll do this since it's a little bit a switch. Let's use our stirring rod instead of the whisk. Yeah. I think I could get one. I'll use a mini whisk sometime, like if I'm doing turmeric or if I feel like there's big clumps inside of this, then I'll use my mini whisk to kind of whip it up, make it a bit smoother. See, nice and smooth, if you can see. Nice. It looks like a little milkshake. That's cool. Look like I make a milkshake. I like that. Okay. All right. So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and add Time for the big dogs. So we're gonna go ahead and add in our, you guessed it, our warmed oil on top of our whipped, well, not whipped, but on top of our shea butter to give it that whipped feeling. Let's do that. And to be honest, you can probably whip it up a bit first. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this. Should have cut it up a bit more, but yeah. I think that's what I would advise to do, cut it up a bit more. If I were telling someone what to do, cut them up a bit in smaller pieces or even whip it before just to make it a bit softer. All right. So now that's nice and combined. It's all nice and combined. It's definitely, this is nice and soft, so I won't have any problem with it. But I'm just going to mash it a bit, just because. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Handheld mixer right here. We're going to use that to whip it up a bit. All right, let's go. And I'm going to start it on night low. It's going to get a bit loud, but you know, it is what it is, guys. Let's do something else. All right, let's do this. I'm going to change the position of the camera just so you can be directly over it. All right, so now you see how that looks. I'm going to add in, we forgot to add some mica. So in a little bit of my mixture that I have here, I'm going to add some mica into it. And when I add that mica into it, then I'm going to pour it into my container here. So let's get this to the side here. I'm working with a very small space here, guys. All right. Just add that into it. Looks like a lot, but it's going to definitely give the lavender color that we're going for. All right. Mix this around as much as possible. Mix it around. Make sure you mix it around, mix it around, mix it around. Ooh, look at it. All combined. All combined. All right. So now that that's combined, I'm going to go ahead and pour it into this. Pour it into our mixture here, and then we're going to scoop it out. And remember, if you like this type of content, definitely subscribe. Also, if you want a shorter version of this, it will be on my channel at least, I think by Sunday. No, yeah, give it 4 days or so. I'll have a more organized version of this on the channel. All right, let's begin whipping it up. you can see, it has a nice light purple color. Not so much lavender. If you want it to be a darker purple, which I think I want mine to be a little bit more darker, I'm going to go ahead and add in some more mica to it to give it more, like, it's lavender, but a more lavenderish color, a brighter lavender, so it can stand out in the crowd. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and scoop this off of the corners just to make sure, so we get everything inside of it, everything, and from the bottom as well. So we're gonna get all of that. Ooh, I can already see. Look at it. It has like such a nice little fluffy lotion texture. I see all the little bubbles there look like hard pieces. Let's test the theory. Nice and soft still, right? Nice and soft. Scoop these off the side. Scoop them all off. And we're going to give it another good mix. One more good mix. Just to get it out of the way. There's no music. It's not like when I make this in like a regular form video and I have some music over it. I have no music over this. All right, so let's mix it up one last time, and then we could scoop it into a jar. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make it a bit more fluffy to give it a nice smooth look. Oh, that's a bit loud, but yeah, nice and combined. I don't like wasting anything. All right, so now that that is complete, we're going to go ahead and get the jar for it, and I'm going to go ahead and scoop it into the container. All right, let's do that. Let's scoop it in. All right, let's scoop it right up in there. Smell very lavenderish. Yep. Remind me old times, old times. Right, let's get this in here. Get that all really nice and proper. All right, I'm gonna bang it to get everything down. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. All down. Let's go ahead and do it again. Now I know it's loud, but that's what I need to do to get it all piped in there without using, a piping bag. Look at this. Look at that. Nice, smooth butter. You see that? You see that? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Smooth like butter. So soft. Perfection. Absolute perfection. Or close to perfection. One of my favorite things to make. All right. So now our lavender body butter is completed. let's test it out to see how it feels in our hands and how it looks. But I'm pleased with it, and right after this, I have to go make the organized video for you guys. Look at it. Oh, it feels like a nice, thick, creamy lotion, like a lotion that will last for long. And then this feels good. Oh my gosh. It's like one with itself. No wonder it was the best seller. All right, so you can get your cover and put it on this, and then you're good to go. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more. The rest of this type of content, like an organized version of it, a mini version of creating the same body butter, will be on my channel at least 3 to 4 days after I will post that video. So until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for everyone who tuned in, and see you next time. Maybe next time I'll make another body butter or whatever comes to my mind. But thanks for sticking around. Bye. Oh, where is it? Okay. How do you end this? Where's the end? What the hell? Come on. How do you end the live? Oh, there it is.